was only 6 years old, my mom started smoking. I really didn't like it. When I was 12, I began inhaling.
When I was 23, my mom passed away of lung cancer. Around the same time I began smoking. Let's just hope my choices only affect me.
As a community, I think the most important thing is making sure that adults aren't providing youth with tobacco. I mean, that seems like how most of the youth is getting the tobacco. So if that and through education. So. Yes, I think you'll find that, I don't have the statistics offhand, but, you know, more parents that use tobacco, their kids are more likely to probably use tobacco. And like I was saying earlier, that could be a way that, you know, juveniles are getting tobacco and, you know, otherwise it'd be almost impossible for them to purchase tobacco. Possibly. I think it's probably more who you associate your peers. If your peers are all using tobacco, you know, based on peer pressure, especially in high school, you're probably more likely to use tobacco. So I would say it's not so much a geographical thing, but who you associate with and who you're friends with. In the schools, you know, the education part of it is huge, you know, showing the effects of tobacco, bringing in people that have, you know, gotten cancer or who are, you know, don't have a good prognosis after, you know, consuming tobacco, that, you know, maybe that they're possibly dying. So people, sometimes you just need to see the actual effects that this can have on you. And then, I mean, it's a lot of it comes down to education, you know, just learning the different effects. So.
Well, since tobacco is such a strong part of our society and culture, it's very difficult. One of the most important things that I've seen is for people before they begin smoking really understand. I was watching a commercial the other day that showed a person who was 24 years old, had tongue cancer, and had been smoking since they were 16. Those fear things aren't necessarily the only thing, but it's a good picture of what can happen, because too many people don't quite understand what can possibly happen. And the other one is how you impact the person next to you. Knowing the secondhand smoke is more dangerous than the firsthand smoke. And so if you care about people around you, to make sure that they understand it. But the number one thing is how we deal with it with society, and sometimes our adults don't provide very good leadership for our upcoming potential smokers.
We should just continue spreading awareness about it and how bad it is and how hurtful it is to your body and how it's just a horrible thing.
Well, I would say that having a strict age for people buying cigarettes is probably a good idea.
Okay.
Making sure that people are being vigilant about checking people for tobacco products on school grounds.
Okay.
Making sure people who are selling it to minors kind of get a penalty. And making sure people understand that if you continue to go down that road, there's going to be consequences to your health.
By not propagandizing it and making it seem cool for